Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mosh and I like to build spaceships. Today we're building Faye's red tail from Cowboy Bebop. 1,000 subscribers is coming up very quickly, so make sure you like and subscribe because I have a special video planned for that milestone. I also post screenshots on Instagram and stream my builds on Twitch. So without further ado, let's get to it. Welcome back. Today we are doing Faye's red tail from Cowboy Bebop. Very excited for this one. Just like the swordfish, this is one of my favorite ships, piloted by one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite animes. Love this ship, love Faye, love Cowboy Bebop. Very excited for this one. It's such a unique and iconic ship build, just like Swordfish. Like I said, I tried to keep everything parts-wise very similar between the two. We're gonna start this one with the guns, the arms, and then kind of work our way up into the middle for the cockpit. So before we begin, I just want to say we've hit 700 subscribers on the channel, which is just absolutely amazing. So stoked, you guys. Let's keep this rolling because I have so many more builds that I'm trying to bring to y'all. So again, super grateful for all y'all. And just remember, keep on liking, drop some subscriptions. It really helps the channel and it's free. It's easy. Alright, so let's get to this. We are going to start with the left arm gun. This is going to be where the landing bay is. And then I'm going to show you guys on the other gun how I duplicated it to make it look very similar. Alright, so for our bottommost layer, we're going to start with our dimost landing bay facing backwards. We're going to bring on our Nova mid cowling upside down. And then we're going to bring our Nova cowling, the nose piece, upside down. We're going to set our landing gear here. This is the NG20 lander thrust 4. This is one I like to use when I'm keeping landing gear to a minimum, or I have very little area that touches the ground. So we're just going to set it aside for now. We'll come back to it. So next, on top of our landing bay, we're going to bring over our Tayo companionway B. This is the top one, and then it has the doors on each side. This is the only Tayo hob that we'll be using for all of this. The rest are going to be these Hopetech companionways. So now on the back of the landing bay, we will bring our Nova cowling. This is the one long one. Just pop it backwards right on top. And we're going to bring over our Ulysses fuel tanks, and we're going to put one on each side mounted to the top connection point. So 1 and 2. And that's going to kind of be the drum mag for the grenade launcher, missile launcher. So now we're going to make the barrel of the gun here. So we're going to take 2 equipment plates. We're going to put one at the nose here. This is going to be largely for aesthetics, but also offers a weapon point inside of the barrel that you can mount to as well. And then we're going to throw another one on our mid cowling, and this is going to be for our missiles. So we can go ahead and put our missiles on there. And now to build the gun barrel, I'm going to use a Nova weapon mount, a Hopetech thruster, and 2 Tayo spine Bs. So to start, we'll take one of our spine Bs, we'll put it over our missiles, do our variant switch, back and forth, drop it down. Next, we'll take our Hopetech thruster, we'll just slap it right on front. Then we will bring in our other spine B, do the same thing. Variant swap, drop it down, and we're going to duplicate it and just drop it right on top. Then we will bring in our Nova weapon mount, place it on the top one, and just go ahead and duplicate and drop that down. Then we can get rid of the 2 top pieces, and that's going to merge the thruster inside of the Nova weapon mount. Kind of gives it these little rounded bits on the side too. I think it adds just a little bit of extra detail that looks really nice. So now for our landing gear, we can pull off this bottom cowling. We can go ahead and pull our landing gear in there and then just flip glitch the cowling back into place. And so for our weapons, we're going to have one Exterminator Helion beam on the inside and one Exterminator Auto Helion beam on the other side. And so for the rest of the hobs, like I said, they're all going to be Hopetech companionways. So we're going to bring one above the Tayo, followed by a Dymo spine D, sloping forwards on top of the first spine. So that'll connect to the spine, leave a free connection point here, bring our Hopetech pipes We'll just flip glitch them right into place like so. And so that's the gun. This one has the landing bay on the back side here. So we'll go ahead and finish out the arm here. We're going to use another Hope Tech companionway. We're going to put 2 Tayo side cap Bs on either side of it. We're going to cap it with a Daimos tail in the back. Bring the whole thing right on top. For the next layer is going to be another companionway, another Tayo side cap B, this time only on the outer edge. Go ahead and bring that on top. And then on the back side here, just flip glitch our Nova cowling into place. So for the rounded nose cap on the front of this, we're going to use 2 Tayo nose caps, and these are going to be merged together to make one rounded cap. So what we're going to do is later on we're going to be using the 1050, the Nova 1050 engines. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring one up here. And so in order to do this, these Nova caps have double connection points here. You're going to need to do this on something that has a double connection point. For example, I can't do it here because these are 2 separate connection points. Even though they're in line all the same, because it's 2 separate ones, it doesn't allow you to do this. So you have to use something like an engine or a Class C grav drive reactor, something that's going to give you 2 connection points. So we're going to bring our first one on, then we're going to bring our second, and we're just going to flip glitch it into place. Alternatively, you can put the first one on, duplicate it, flip it, and drop it down. Works the same. So now that we have them together, we're going to click and highlight one, hover over the other one, and drag them as a group and connect them to the front of the arm. And once you drop it down, now it's all locked into place. Go ahead and get rid of our duplicated engine, and we can continue on. So to cap this arm off, we're going to bring a Daimos spine F. Per usual, this is the one with the little slant in it. It's going to be facing forward. Just going to put it right on top of the Hope Tech companionway. We'll bring in our Nova mid cowling right behind it, and then a Nova nose cowling backwards on the back of that so it overhangs. Then we'll bring in our Nova cowling facing forwards and just flip glitch it into place like so. We'll bring one more Hope Tech companionway connected to the topmost one in the arm. We'll put a Hope Tech nose B aft in the back, and in the front we'll use a Hope Tech nose A. This is going to be the flat side inside, rounded side towards the arm. And this completes our arm. So now we'll go over to the other side, and I'll show you how I duplicated it to make it look similar. So instead of using the Daimos bay, we're going to use a Daimos hull A and a Daimos belly. So this is going to give us the shape that we need to replicate the Daimos landing bay on the other side. So same thing as the other gun, we'll use our mid cowling upside down, set our landing gear aside, Nova cowling nose upside down, go ahead and place our 2 equipment plates, one on the front, one on the mid cowling. Then we'll go ahead and throw our missiles on top of that one. Next, Tayo companionway, top B, rounded on the top, 2 doors on the sides. Go ahead and bring our Nova cowling facing backwards. This is the 1 length one. Put our Ulysses fuel tanks on either side. These will connect to both connection points versus the other gun only had connection points on the top and not the bottom. Now we'll go ahead and build our gun barrel. Tayo spine B, variant, drop it down. Hope Tech thruster next. Tayo spine B again, variant, drop it, duplicate it on top. Go ahead and bring our Nova weapon mount to the top one. Duplicate that down. Get rid of the top 2 pieces. Go ahead and bring our Exterminator auto Helion beam and our Exterminator regular Helion beam. We'll pull out our mid cowling, we'll put our landing gear, bring back the mid cowling, flip glitch it, drop it down. Next we'll bring our first Hope Tech companionway on top of the Tayo companionway, in front of that a Daimos spine D, and then we'll bring our Hope Tech pipes, flip glitch them into place. For our next layer, we'll use another Hope Tech companionway with a Tayo side cap B on either side. 1, 2, capped off by a Deimos tail. Bring that on top and onto the next layer. One more Hope Tech companionway. Taio side cap B on the outermost edge. Bring that on top. Then we're going to flip glitch our Nova cowling on the back. We'll bring over our engine. We'll do our nose cap trick. Again, this time I'll show you just how to duplicate it. So you can duplicate, flip it in place, drop it down. Once we have them together, click on one, highlight the other, drag them as a group, lock it in place. Get rid of our engine here. Our topmost layer, Deimos spine F on top of the hob, facing forward, Nova mid cowling behind it, Nova nose cowling facing back, overhanging. Bring in our Nova nose cowling here, flip it, drop it in. Connect this Hope Tech companionway to the open one. Hope Tech nose B aft in the back, round on both sides. And Hope Tech nose A in the front, flat on the inside. So now we have both of our arms built, and you can kind of see how similar the two look. You can't even really tell. It's pretty nice. Okay, and now for the main body of the ship. This is just the cockpit, internals, and engines. This part's pretty easy. I'm going to use 2 Hope Tech companionways joined together with the Commander 500 bridge in the front. This is the Hope Tech cockpit. On top of this, we will bring in our Stroud nose cap, flip, drop it in. And I told you guys that I wasn't going to use the Deimos Slim Docker, and I did not. It is a Deimos Docker. Not the Slim Docker though, and this time it's on top, which usually I put them on the bottom. So go ahead and put our Deimos 110 DP Docker on the top here. Underneath our cockpit, we're going to use a Taio cowling. This is facing forward. Both this ship and the Swordfish are based off of a monoball cockpit, which is just a sphere, which is really hard to do in this game. So I tried to get it as round and ball shaped as I could. So behind the Taio cowling, we are going to put a Deimos belly aft. And so because I have a hidden engine in this, we're going to duplicate this companionway 2 times. These are just going to be so we can duplicate the engine up. We're going to get rid of these 2 when we're done. Okay, so now that we have our companionways duplicated, we're going to bring in our White Dwarf 3030. This is going to be our hidden engine. We're going to put it on the middle companionway. We're going to duplicate it down. Then we'll bring in our RD3000 grav drive. Again, this is going to leave us free connection points in the front and back. Put it right on top. Next, we'll bring in our 104DS mag inertial reactor, put it on top of the grav drive, and we'll just duplicate it down into place. Get rid of the top one. Now, in order to get our main engines on, we're going to get rid of this top White Dwarf for just a moment. So for our main engines, we're going to do the same setup that's on the Swordfish, but we're going to do it a little different. On the Swordfish, I had a Hope Tech Hob spine that these were flipped inside of and then locked into place with fuel tanks on either side. This one, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the Swordfish wings. So we're going to start with our Deimos Bracer A, then we're going to put our Nova 1050 engines on either side. We'll highlight, flip, drop, highlight, flip, drop. So these are not connected, so same as the nose caps that we did up front. We'll click one, highlight the other one, drag them together. And we're just going to put them right on the back of our combo of grav drive and reactor. Go ahead and get rid of our Deimos Bracer, duplicate our White Dwarf back upwards. Now we can get rid of the bottom White Dwarf and the 2 bottom companionways. We'll throw a Deimos Belly 4 underneath in front of the White Dwarf engine. Put our Warden shield generator on top of the grav drive. Then we will bring in the iconic Deimos Belly painted red, which gives this ship its name. Go ahead and flip that into place, and that's the main body of our ship. So now we can go ahead and bring our arms over, and we're just going to connect companionway to the companionway with the docker. Same on the other side. And there you have it. Faye's Redtail from Cowboy Bebop. It's a very iconic ship, very unique looking ship. It's a pretty fun build. It's an interesting build. It was interesting trying to figure out how to do the guns and the landing bays and make it look nice while still having the main body of the ship up and off the ground. Obviously it is very scaled up. Very, very, very scaled up, but I think it looks good, it's proportional, and yeah, this has been one of my absolute favorites that I have built so far. Really enjoyed this one. I have the stream up on the channel as well if you guys want to see my building process. It's a long one, it's a doozy, but if you kind of want to see how my brain works when I'm making these things, it'd be good to check out. Stay tuned for some fan submissions, also a little bit of combat footage in here, and remember, if you like this build or any of my other builds, give me a like, drop a subscription, let me know what builds you guys want to see. I'll keep bringing these to you guys as long as you want to see them. Until next time, guys. So this time we have a submission from Facebook user Peter B. He's done his version of the Halo Covenant Spirit dropship. He's kind of beefed it up a little. I believe he's used a couple mods. Looks good, man. Remember, if you guys have any screenshots of builds that you've made using my tutorials, please send them to me. All my links are on the right. I would love to feature them in a future video. Until next time, guys.